In Pokémon Sword and Shield, there are hundreds of different abilities. As such, it's difficult to crown any one as best in the game. So in this video, I'll be looking over 6 of the more powerful abilities to see which one takes the top spot. Also, in case you want to try these out for yourselves, or maybe consider adding them onto your main team, I'll be showing you how to get these Pokemon and how to use them. Welcome to Paladin Gaming. We are going to be looking at 6 different Pokemon and their abilities, a full team. Cinderace's Libero, Machamp's Snow Guard, Galarian Darmanitan's Guerrilla Tactics, Sock's Sturdy, Malamar's Contrary, and Sudowoodo's Rocket. With the help of my friend TJ, they will have a 1v1 round-robin tournament. After this, the winner should be clear. For starters, we have Cinderace and its hidden ability, Libero. This ability is going to be the hardest to get and is beyond the scope of this video. I will, however, include a link in the description on how to get a Scorbunny with the ability. Once you have your Libero Scorbunny, run some Dynamax raid battles and use the candies to quickly level up your Scorbunny until it evolves into Cinderace. The next Pokemon is Machamp. To get Machamp, you first need to catch Machoke. To do this, head to Hammerlock Hills and, as long as the weather does not say snowing or heavy fog, you should see them there. Make sure that the one you catch has the No Guard ability. Now, to evolve your Machoke, you will need the help of a friend. Trade your Machoke to your friend. As soon as this happens, it should evolve into a Machamp. Then, you can have your friend trade it back, and you now have a fully evolved Machamp. As a quick side note here, the Pokemon Golurk also has the No Guard ability and can learn Dynamic Punch, the main move that Machamp will be using. If you don't want to deal with trading a Machoke, Golurk is a powerful alternative. Plus, as a Ghost Ground type, you will be immune to normal, fighting, and electric attacks. Third on our list, we have Galarian Darmanitan. This Pokemon can only be caught with Guerrilla Tactics if you have the expansions for Sword and Shield. For those that do not have the expansion and still want Darmanitan, you can go to Route 10 and run in the grass until you encounter a Galarian Darumaka. This might take a while as it has a rare encounter rate. Also, make sure that the Darumaka you catch has the ability Hustle. If it does not, then the evolved form will have the wrong ability. Unfortunately, you can only do this in Pokemon Sword, so if you have Shield, you will either need to trade for a Darmanitan or Darumaka, or do max raid battles until you find a Darumaka. To evolve your Pokemon, find an Ice Stone from Route 9 or the Lake of Outrage, and use it on your Darumaka. It should evolve into a Darmanitan with the Guerrilla Tactics ability. The next Pokemon is Sock. To catch a Sock with the Sturdy ability, you need to head to Motostoke Outskirts, then catch one with Sturdy. That's it! Unfortunately, Sock can only be caught in Pokemon Sword, so if you are playing with Pokemon Shield and you still want to use Sock, you will need to trade with someone who owns Sword. Sock, however, is not the only Pokemon with this ability. Sudowoodo, who I will show how to catch later in this video, also has the ability Sturdy and can learn the move Reversal, which is Sock's main attack. Nearing the end of our list, we have Malamar. To catch Malamar, you need to catch an NK at Route 7. Make sure that your NK's ability is Contrary. Then, give your NK EXP candies or something to level it up, but hold your switch upside down while doing it. Your NK should evolve. If it does not, double check that there are no controllers connected to your switch and that it is just handheld. And if it still does not work, make sure that your NK is at least level 30. The last Pokemon is Sudowoodo. To get Sudowoodo, you have to head to Motostoke Outskirts, just like with Sock. Make sure that the Sudowoodo you catch has the right ability, Rocket. The items I use for my Pokemon are as follows. Cinderace gets Life Orb, which can be found in the Slumbering Well or bottom of the Battle Tower. This increases all attacks to 130%, but you lose 10% of your remaining HP each time you attack. Machamp will have an Assault Vest, which can be found in the Lake of Outrage or bottom of the Battle Tower. This increases special defense to 150%, but does not allow status moves like Hypnosis. Galarian Darmanitan uses a Choice Band, which can be found at Route 2 or bottom of the Battle Tower. This, combined with Darmanitan's ability, makes all physical attacks do twice their normal damage. Sock uses a Salac Berry, which can be found on the berry trees at Route 9 and Axu's Eye. This will increase Sock's speed to 150% when it gets below a quarter of his health. I gave Malamar a Leftovers, which can be found falling out of certain berry trees, or you can just get one lying on the ground in the giant seed. This heals Malamar at the end of every turn by 1/16, or 6.25%, of its max HP. Sudowoodo gets a Focus Sash, which can either be found in Hammerlock or the Lake of Outrage, or bought at the Battle Tower. This makes it so that Sudowoodo cannot get KO'd in one hit. It is essentially the ability Sturdy, but the item disappears after being used. If you are in an online match, you will get your item back, but otherwise, you will lose it completely. Here are the moves I gave to each Pokemon. I gave Cinderace a moveset with a lot of different types. That way, I can pick a resistance to the Pokemon that I am fighting. Cinderace also has U-turn, so that it can swap out if it is a bad matchup. Machamp has 2 moves with low accuracy, the 120 damage Mega Kick and the 100 damage Dynamic Punch that confuses your enemies. Knockoff is there so that the opponent loses their items. I also included Thunder Punch to help take down flying types, which Machamp is weak to. Galarian Darmanitan has the same strategy as Cinderace, different move types. And, just like Cinderace, he has U-turn in case there is a bad matchup. This is especially important for Darmanitan because once you use a move, you are stuck with it. Malamar's strategy takes some time to set up. First, you use a lot of superpower moves to power up your attack and defense. If your opponent is a ghost type, then you can just use Payback for a super effective hit. If you get low on health, use Rest to heal. Then, while you are asleep, you can continue attacking by using Sleep Talk. This move will randomly select one of your other moves and use it. Sudowoodo just has a lot of powerful moves with a ton of recoil because his ability negates recoil's effect. Double Edge, Head Smash, and Wood Hammer all have that recoil damage. It also has Sucker Punch so that it can move before its opponent once it has low HP. Sock's moveset just hopes that your opponent does not have a priority attack like Sucker Punch. It first uses either Poison Jab or Thunder Punch. If the first attack on your Sock does not put him low enough for a full powered reversal attack, you can just use Endure to get your HP as close to 1 as possible. Then, the berry will increase Sock's speed so that he can go first, and, because your HP is so low, Reversal does 200 damage. I will include a link in the description that shows where to find all technical machines, TMs, and technical records, TRs, so that you can get all of these different moves or moves like them. So I ran the tournament with my friend TJ, and these were the results. Sudowoodo did poorly, only winning once against Darmanitan. This is because Focus Sash let Sudowoodo endure the hit, then Rock Smash was super effective. All of the other times, however, he could not do enough damage to KO his opponents. Next, there was a 3-way tie between Machamp, Galarian Darmanitan, and Sock. All 3 of these Pokemon had 2 wins and 3 losses. This is because their strategies are limited. Machamp relies on Dynamic Punch, Darmanitan relies on Type Advantage, and Sock relies on Reversal. So whenever the matchups did not go up in their favor, they lost. Malamar takes second place with 3 wins. This is probably because Malamar had an advantage over most of its opponents. Sock needed Malamar to attack it, Machamp had no good moves against it, and neither did Sudowoodo. This gave Malamar a lot of time to set up and heal, so that it became, essentially, invincible. It lost to Darmanitan and Cinderace, however, because their super effective moves one-shot Malamar. The winner of this tournament was Cinderace, who went undefeated all 5 games. Libero always gave it type advantage, and the extra damage from Life Orb allowed it to absolutely obliviate everyone. Most of the time, it won without even being hit. Clearly, Cinderace has the best ability. These 6 Pokemon all had unique battle strategies. Even though Cinderace did dominate the competition, that does not necessarily mean that the other Pokemon were bad. It also doesn't mean that there's no room for improvement. For example, Sudowoodo, who did the worst out of our group, might have done better if it had learned Reversal, copying Sock's battle strategy. Or you could put Machamp in a double team battle with someone who knows Hex. There are so many different possibilities. With some researching and experimenting, you could create powerful Pokemon combos of your own. Thanks for watching.